What's up, everybody? December 2nd, 2024. Hope everybody's doing well. Thanks for stepping in. We're doing a quick update here, of course, on my YouTube channel. I'm Cheds Trading on YouTube. You really want to make sure you've watched all the great content I have for you, especially new traders. Check out the Masterclass TA tutorials. This is my daily update. It will be going into the quick market updates playlist. Make sure you check that out. Of course, Big Cheds on Twitter. You've seen me there. If you folks want to support me, please hit like, hit subscribe, notifications, make a comment, tell your friends, do all that good stuff. So let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, and then we'll kind of bounce around, maybe Ethereum. I'll take a look at the chat room. And let me know how you folks are doing. Tell me, where you're coming from in the world and how you're doing today. And I'll try to take a look at the chat in just a minute. So the channels are still mostly the same that we had talked about previously. We had talked about the weekly advance along the upper Bollinger Band, a potential pausing here, and talking about 4-hour levels where we did that throwback to the prior range high at 92K. And bounced into the lower high at 98.5. So that's still the same, and the price is still consolidating in that range. You can also draw kind of mid-channel support right around 95K. We see we just had a little bit of a response there today, which makes that level, you want to watch that level as well. So the supply and demand levels, certainly on this low time frame, are pretty well marked up. What's going on with the rest of the market's really interesting. I think a lot of people are trying to figure out what's going on with Bitcoin by looking at the rest of the market. We're waiting for Ethereum to really take off. I mean, it's slowly grinding higher, but it's not, rocketing up, and we're not seeing that big mean reversion yet in Ethereum versus Bitcoin. We got a couple underside retests, potentially rejecting here at 0385. So we're not seeing Ethereum versus Bitcoin turning around, but we are seeing kind of massive moves across the board in many altcoins, especially Dino coins. By the way, folks, we have just over a day and a half left on the Bitcoin Live 2024 cyber sale. This is the best team in the world that studies crypto. I'm a founding analyst. I do a twice a week full market report. I just did one last night. We had like a massive list of altcoins. But when you join, you get access to the entire team's content. And I really highly recommend you try this out. Even at full price, it's a great deal, which makes this kind of an unbelievable deal. So check out Bitcoin Live. Let me just say hi to the chat room. I'll riff on a couple alts. I've got some tweets that we could talk about, just to give us something to talk about. And but let me see how you folks are doing. So Chocolate, what's up, man? Good to see you. Crusher, how you doing, brother? David, what's up, David? David says, thanks for these updates. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Show your support. Hit like, subscribe, notifications. Josh, Peter, as always. And Amno says, you're the best, bro. Thank you, man. So let's see. Let's check in the chat room. A lot of people just send me requests, on Twitter. I can't get to them, but this is your opportunity when you join these live streams that I might be able to take a look. Of course, Bitcoin Live, I cover all your requests, but if you're not there, this is a great shot for you to kind of, wow, look at XRP. I was taken off track at the move. It was 250 a minute ago when I looked at it. Now it's 272. I think we're preparing for all-time highs here. This is pretty amazing. Look at that, challenging that 2018 level. I mean, the strength here is just remarkable. An H-bar, wow. H-bar's really taken off. And I've been following this one and talking about the relative strength, but it is just accelerating. And there's more accumulation here. Wow. Some really, really strong moves. And even Ave's taken off here. Look at Ave. I got to tweet this stuff out after the YouTube stream. I want to tweet this stuff out. I mean, these are powerful charts. Let's check out AVAX. Somebody asked about AVAX. Josh says AVAX and its ETH pairs breaking out. Can you take a look at AVAX? Sure. So I've been bullish on AVAX over 30, 31. If I can find it, I believe that was the level. Yeah. And so I kind of waited in this consolidation range, not really doing anything with it, and back up over. This is the higher level, really waiting for it to break 30, 31, which was the bottom of lost support. And you can see really the breakout, the throwback, and now the continuation. It's a beautiful chart. What are some levels? Well, I mean, you'd look to be buying a dip for sure around 38, 39, that's for sure. And you can see there's some work to be done overhead. I think you would maybe a little bit of caution here in the low to mid 50s, given how much time the price spent consolidating here in the middle of March. Ancient Anonymous, I get it. You're really into Joe USD. It's just a random chart. No one's really playing that. You can keep asking it. I'll take one more look, but that's going to be the last time for a while. Joe USD, it's okay. It's not great, brother. I mean, it's okay. There's just way better charts out there. It's starting to turn around, but there's just, it's trying to catch up. It's still below 70 cents. It's below, it's 2023 lows. There are so many. This is an okay chart, but this is not worth highlighting. It's okay to a bad chart. I don't like Joe. So I'm just going to put it like that, brother. I'm going to be honest with you. I can see how enthusiastic you are. Ancient Anonymous, you just requested it 3 times in a row. So listen, now's the 4th time. So Ancient, just so you know, I don't like the chart. I think it's kind of weak compared to the rest of the market, and that's my opinion on it. So now that you got my attention, I did the request for you. Sui, sure. Let's take a look at Sui. It's generally quite a nice looking chart. This looks way better than Joe USD or whatever that is. Grinding nicely higher. You'd like to see it hold locally here, hold these range lows after this advance. You really like to see it kind of hold here right around that $3 range. But this is generally quite a nice looking chart. Okay. Let's see. Let's check out. Let's see what's going on. David says, thanks for these updates. Thank you, David. Appreciate you, brother. But let's take a look at a couple tweets, and we'll go from there. And I'll check back in with the chat room shortly. So I had talked about here, the technology seems to really have improved. In case you don't know, I'm being sarcastic. I'm very much not a believer in quote unquote the technology. I'm just a pure price guy. So this is me kind of a little tongue in cheek saying, wow, the market really seems to like, really seems to like this stuff. And that's the joke is that, there's the technology and it's the FA plays, but nothing's really changed on these. It's just the market's excited. There's more money flow and there's some beautiful trends and some trend continuation going on. And so I did clarify. I said, just in case you don't know, I'm joking because not everyone really knows my perspective. And this leads me to this point. If the market likes it, I like it. And that's my point. I kind of let the market do my fundamental analysis for me. Everything people think I mean, the market knows it. It's out there and it's factored into the current supply and demand. So if the market likes it, I like it. Like H-bar, I love it right now. I don't know what it is, what it does. I don't care. I just think it's a beautiful trade. Big fan of it. Massive, massive move. Thank you for everybody. Appreciate the comments and the likes. Maybe do a couple more requests. I haven't looked at Filecoin in a while. That was requested by Issa Like. Can you look at Filecoin? Sure. Yeah, that's a little bit of local strength. I like that. But when you see this, you think, wow, great chart. But you need to zoom out to put things into perspective. Let's go to the weekly look. And you can see it's very much an underperformer in the weekly. And it's way, way, way below that key differentiating level I've often talked about, the March, April 2022 level. So this is a very, very weak, really trying to catch up chart. I would pretty much ignore it below 10, really below $10 or $11. There's just way better stuff out there. We've been covering that. I just covered InfoGeek asked about XRP. I just covered XRP. It's pushing into all-time highs. I mean, there's not much more to say about that. Let's move on here to a couple more. Let's see what else people have to say. Hey, bless you. Thank you. What do you think about Sol? Yeah, that's a nice grinding higher chart. It's bullish. I like it. I am a big fan of it. It's been slowly grinding higher, perhaps not as quickly as people want it to be, right? Immediately in this exact moment. But it is pushing higher nicely. And I think you're looking to buy the dip if you get a drop back into this kind of 215, 220 range, right? We're having a little bit of a pause in a consolidation here. but the price is above the rising 200. We see very nicely the break from the larger consolidation range, breaking above the April high, and it's a bullish chart to me still. Amnote asked, what about Ethereum? I covered Ethereum at the beginning of the update. Just to remind you folks, you really need to check out my YouTube. There's just a huge library of free educational content. And many of you who are hungry, just, can you look at this chart for me? I want to teach you how to, look at the chart the way I do. And so, definitely watch the Masterclass tutorials, the free version of Trading Wisdom. And by the way, I'm working on a 4th book, Trading Journal. I'll have that out in 2025. And so, folks, let me check out a couple more tweets. Someone asked about Litecoin, and this is a tweet I put out. Litecoin over 115. It's flexing a high time frame break. So that's a big deal for Litecoin. It's an underperformer. Like his Filecoin's down here, but Litecoin's already broken out of the range. And you see HTF is high time frame. This is pretty much since 2022. The price has tried now multiple times to clear that 110, 115 range, and it's done that now. And so what you want to be doing is looking for a potential throwback. You're looking to buy the dip for a drop into this level. Maybe the 105 to 115 range will definitely become an area of interest. It's trying to catch up. It's not a great chart because you can see it's really much been a sideways underperformer. But, if the market likes it, I like it. No questions asked. So I'm bullish on it above 110, 115. And that's how I'm approaching it. XRP, look at this stud. This is at 213. And this is what, yesterday? It's at basically $3 or almost at $3 now. So this thing is crushing higher. Be very interesting to see how it plays out. So let's see here. This is a great point. Pedro, I read your book so many times and I learned candlestick patterns with you. Do you have a hanging man and weekly chart? Yeah, but if you've read my book and you know my stuff, hanging man is bullish, right? Hanging man leads to bullish continuation 58% of the time. It's not a bearish candle. That's one of the most misunderstood things in Japanese candlestick theory. You have a long lower shadow candle. Bulls jumped in and said no lower, right? They established they affirmed demand. Hanging man, look it up on the pattern site. Hanging man is bullish continuation 58% of the time. So what this candle tells us is what I talked about earlier. It's just suggestive of some consolidation, and we're still just going to watch and see. Hopefully a high and tight, or how much of the the prior gains Bitcoin can hold while it consolidates. But I mean, you're not surprised to get a pause candle or a consolidation candle, with the price this far above the EMA 8. But it's a great question, and hanging man is a bullish candle. Again, 58%. Go look it up. It's a very interesting thing that I think most people aren't aware of. Folks, you have the Bitcoin Live annual sale or cyber sale, just over a day and a half. When you sign up, you get access to the entire team's content. You got to check it out. Best team in the world that studies crypto. These are my quick market updates on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Hit like, subscribe, hit notifications, alerts, so you know when I go live next. I'm going to go live tomorrow again, right around this time, right around 11 o'clock. I'm going to try to make that a daily occurrence, right around 11 o'clock. And check out when I Bitcoin Live, my full market, long form market updates. Check that out. But if I didn't get to your question, there were many chats I didn't get to. I'll try to get to them next time. But keep showing up, keep asking questions, and that's your best opportunity to hear from me. So, folks, be blessed. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon. Big Cheds out.